Happy New Year, everybody, and welcome to the Virtual Pinball News of the Week. I'm your host, GG Pinball. Let's get cracking. First up, let's talk about the latest updates in VPX. The 10.73 version has come out, and oh my God, so many new improvements that have helped all of our amazing developers in this community, and the amazing tables that are coming out because of it are just insane. First up, let's talk about this table of the week. In 1988, Williams put out a table called Banzai Run. This table was very unique. As you can see here in this picture, the big thing with this table was it kind of had a secondary play field. The whole theme of it was like a dirt bike racing type theme. And there's certain parts where you can get the ball and it would play into this upper play field, like as a secondary. There's been a few versions in VPX in the past, but obviously this part has caused an issue for cabinet players. I mean, it seems to have worked on desktop, but this is not the case anymore. Papa Smurf himself, JPSalas, has been hard at work for all you little pinheads out there, and he has created this beautiful version that allows you to actually play the upper play field. Shown by my play video here, as you can see, when you get to that mode, boom, pops up on the play field, and when it goes down, boom, you're back on the normal play field. Insane. I've been wanting to play this table for a very long time, and thanks JP and the wonderful team behind VPX, this is a possibility now. Make sure you check it out. While talking about JPSalas, he has been just ridiculous within the last few months. He took a few months off as a vacation, and then he came back and went full steam updating every single one of his tables to what he calls his 4.0. This is updating the physics greatly on there. He's been putting his LUT modes where you can switch to LUTs easy. On top of that, JP's tables have always been resource friendly. If you look at the size of his tables compared to a lot of the others, they are much smaller. He's always been very good when it comes to the compression of his graphics, making sure that potatoes can basically run his tables. It's fantastic what he's done with that. And he's been just going on and on redoing all of his tables. And if you don't know Papa Smurf, I mean, the man is a legend. Check the links down below. I listed one directly to Banzai Run, but I also listed another one to his profile on VP Forums that shows just his crazy amount of tables that he has put out. Not every table is VR friendly at first, but Raja Joey has been converting many tables so they are VR friendly. We do have a VR community that watches these videos. This one is definitely for them. I left the link down to Raja Joey's profile on VPin Universe to show his works like I did JP's. There's a way too many tables here to list all. So if you're interested in VR, Raja Joey's definitely one you want to go check out. Link down below. All right, this next one is quite an interesting one to me. Third Axis has put out a version of Firepower. It's a Williams 1980 table where his is entitled Firepower versus AI. So with the new version of VPX, he's been able to add in AI players. So this is pretty cool. So basically you got it where you being the human is player 1 and you can add players 2, 3, and 4 with difficulties, change the scale of the difficulties like you're playing other people. You can watch them play, you can see their moves, and I think it's pretty cool. Not only does it give you a little bit more excitement at home, like you're playing towards somebody, one of the things I really enjoy about watching that is, as I said, you could scale the difficulty. I'd like to see some of the shots that the AI can actually make. You might be able to see more strategies that the AI is coming up with. It's kind of a cool concept, really interesting. But hey, if AI isn't your thing, I know something that is. That's right, the Virtual Pinball Weekly Challenge. This is a group on Facebook of like-minded individuals that want to play virtual pinball like you and me. So if you have a cabinet, make sure you stop on by. We play 3 tables a week. We've got one weekly table, that's our challenge. We've got a midweek throwback table, and we have a weekend warriors table. Something a little taste of everybody can do. So, if you're interested in playing and you want to play people and you want to come play with me because I'm awful, you'll win. I promise you'll win because I suck. Make sure you check us out, link down below. Okay, next one up we got is by Rascal. This is a table that he did actually a few years ago, I believe, and he's just been updating. This is Michael Jordan. It's a Data East 92 table. I've personally never even seen this one out there, so this was kind of cool to see. There is a few basketball themed tables out there. This one obviously comes before NBA Fast Break or Space Jam, but definitely a cool one. This is kind of like, it's 92 Data East, so this is kind of early-ish, I kind of feel, for them before they start getting some of their extravagant tables. If you're a sports table collector, definitely throw this one on that list. Next one up isn't a new table, but it is a rebuild of one of the greatest tables that I've ever seen on a virtual pinball table. That is the Flipper One version of Williams' 1996 Tales of the Arabian Nights, the 4K edition. This thing was already pristine and beautiful. Flipper has gone and totally rebuilt the table for VPX 10.7. So you've now got all the new physics added in there. You've got new lighting, which is amazing that it can be even more beautiful than it was, but it is. So the table itself is a fantastic table. If you've never played Tales of the Arabian Nights, one of the greatest tables. Tales is basically like a sequel of Theater of Magic where they added some other features in, but like I said, the look and aesthetic of it itself is just amazing. Speaking of more workhorses in the community, oh, it tastes so good. Oh, it's delicious. VPW. Oh my God. Iron Maiden, Legacy of the Beast. That's right. This is a newer table. This is Stern 2018, I believe. Oh my God. Like, I don't even know how they were able to pull this stuff off. It's like black magic of pinball. It's amazing what they did here. As most people know, when you're playing VPX tables, many of the remakes require the ROM files in order to do the rule sets and whatnot. The newer Stern systems run their Spike 3 system. We're not allowed to mess with those. They're not really there. But VPW did not use Stern's programming for this. This table was painstakingly handwritten line for line for the coding in it. And it's incredible just to see something like this. Like, it's insane. There's a lot of depth to this table. You might want to watch some of the strategy guides on this. There's a good PAPA guide on it. PAPA is like the Pinball Association that does professional pinball. I mean, it is an in-depth table. The amount of things you could do on here, going back and forth, whether it's just your regular modes, trying to unlock the eddies on there. You've got the side mode on the backboard, which is keeping scores of all your different kind of bumper stuff and different things you gotta do on the, like, there's so much. There's just so friggin' much. And of course, there's also the music. Now, I know what you might be thinking right now. Gigi, isn't there gonna be copyright issues with Iron Maiden? I don't own those Iron Maiden songs. That's all right. Listen, VPW, they got your back, all right? So if you don't already own these songs, the table does come with 8-bit versions of all the songs to back it up, which are actually quite awesome. I kind of like them. I personally am a big Iron Maiden fan. I have these songs. I was able to put these on there. They do give a very descriptive instruction set on how to put these songs in the tables. Don't just think if you have the songs, it's like that. There's a few things you do have to do. Make sure you read all the files that come with it on how to do it. It's not hard, but just make sure you read it so you're not sitting here scratching your head on it, and then you have to change a few things in the script, obviously, so it recognizes the correct songs. But again, as always, VPW's #1 needs to be on your tables. This is a need to be. When it comes to detail and pure beauty of recreation of these tables, UnclePaulie is a name that a lot of people know. He has come out with some amazing ones in the past, and I think he's doing it again. You got a Barracora. Yeah, I think that's how it's pronounced. Barracora. Is a Williams 81 table. Plays similar to like the Black Knight series and those classics like that, of those like early 80s tables. And like I said, UnclePaulie is always painstaking on how he does everything. It's just like there's so much polish that go into these tables. This is no exception on it. UnclePaulie is also very friendly to our VR community. So this table, of course, did launch VR friendly. So if you got a VR set, yo, check it out. And if you don't got a VR set, still check it out, because again, the table's friggin' awesome. I love those 80s tables. Those early 80s tables play so nice. They're so much fun. And over the last few months, our future pinball friends have been getting a lot of love. Another classic on there, TerryRed, putting out one of my personal favorites, Jaws Bigger Boat Edition. Now this table has been around, but what Terry has done recently, he has made what he calls the PinEvent version 2. This is upgraded features when it comes to physics, lighting, and so on, so much for future pinball. This is probably like my favorite of the future pinball tables that Terry has gone and redone. But not only that, like, it's just a fantastic table, and the theme is awesome. There's so many different modes. It is an all original table. It is like, if I had to choose one of the future pinball tables, it's probably between this and the retro BAM one. Terry was working on a second retro BAM, still waiting for that, but that man, he's crazy with the amount of stuff he does, and he's gone all out this past year. He's been just another workhorse in the virtual pinball community. So again, if you are trying some future pinball games, this might be the one to do.
Fish in the water, shark in the water. Our shark.
Bigger boat edition. Try it. Well, that about wraps it up for this week's episode of Virtual Pinball News of the Week. I'm GG Pinball, your host, and if you like what you saw, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. If you got questions or anything like that, hit me up down below, or you can email me, ggpinball@gmail.com. Spin those spinners hard, keep those drains clean. Until next week, later!
Virtual Pinball News of the Week.